I would like to show you how to do the butterfly lace stitch. This is a Japanese lace stitch which has got this beautiful texture. Now I've cast on for my 27 stitch repeat. I have 2 garter stitches at the beginning and end of every row, so I knit 2. Now row 1 goes as follows. I take the yarn over to make an increase at the beginning of the row, then I knit 4, then comes a left slanting decrease, which in this case is slip 1 as if to knit, knit the next stitch, pass the slip stitch over, and then I knit 5 before reaching the central purl stitch, which runs all the way up the centre of the butterfly. So knit 5, knit 2 together, knit 4, and then yarn over, knit the 2 garter stitches. Now some people find the next row, the purl row, difficult because they're shaping on the purl row, on the wrong side row. But if you remember that the right little slanting decrease, the knit 2 together, that on the purl side that's going to be a purl 2 together, and then the slip 1, knit 1, pass slip stitch over, the opposite of that on the purl row is going to be purl 2 together through the back loops. And that makes it a lot easier, because then when you turn over, do the 2 garter knit stitches, purl 1, then I just take the yarn back, and when I purl the next stitch, then that forms a yarn over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I've come to the purl 2 together. If you flip it over, you can see that the line of decreases is running as it should. Then purl 4, knit 1, purl 4, and then the next decrease is a purl 2 together through the back loops. Now previously I was twisting the work and purling through the back loops like that, but I knit quite tightly, and for tight knitters it's better to slip 2 stitches separately knitwise, so slip 1 knitwise, slip the next one knitwise, then take the left needle from right to left into those 2 stitches and transfer them to the left hand needle, thereby twisting them, and then they're in the right position and you can just purl them 2 together. Then purl 4, take the yarn forward, purl 1, and knit the last 2 stitches. After you've seen rows 1 and 2, then rows 3 to 6 are very much easier, because it's the same decreases, except that they move 1 stitch in, so the lines converge. So just to make certain that you see what I mean, wool is split. 2 garter edge stitches, then it's knit 2, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip 1 as if to knit, knit the next stitch, pass the slip stitch over. Now that slip knit pass over, some people like to do a slip slip knit, but I've kept with the original instructions that came in the pattern, the first pattern I found. And the reason for that is that when the shaping changes on the butterfly stitch, some of the stitches are bunched quite close together, and I find that this produces better results. Knit 3, purl 1, knit 3, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, knit 2, and then I'm back with the garter edge stitches. So row 4 again, knit 2, purl 3, yarn forward, purl 4, then the opposite of knit 2 together is purl 2 together, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2, and again the purl 2 together through the back loops. Slip one as if to knit, slip the next one as if to knit, insert the left needle from right to left into the stitches, transferring them to the left needle, and pull them together. That's correct. Then purl 4, yarn forward, purl 3, and knit the 2 garter edge stitches. When I do the yarn over on a purl row, I take a shortcut. I don't take the yarn all the way, you know, if I have the yarn here, I don't take the yarn all the way over the needles and forward. I just do the shortcut where I go back and then purl the next stitch, so I have a short yarn over, and I find that produces better results for me. The disadvantage is that if you do the subsequent knit row, you'll see that my yarn overs are slanted, so they're twisted on the needle, but I know to expect that, so I don't really mind. So if I knit 4 here now on row 5, then you can see my yarn over is twisted, and I just knit into the back of it. And yarn over, knit 4, slip, knit, pass slipped stitch over, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, knit 2 together, knit 4. Here again a very slanted yarn over, yarn forward, knit 4, and knit the 2 garter edge stitches. You can see those lovely lines taking shape at the bottom of the butterfly. Row 6, knit 2, purl 5, and then my yarn over. I just take the yarn back, carry on purling for a short yarn over. The opposite of knit 2 together is purl 2 together, then the middle knit stitch, on the wrong side it's a knit stitch, and then my purl 2 together through the back loops. And knit the 2 garter edge stitches. So that's rows 1 to 6. Rows 7 to 12 are an exact copy of rows 1 to 6. You do have to be a little bit careful that when you get to the slip knit pass slip stitch over, that one of those loops involves a yarn over, so you must be sure that you go through all the loops that you need to go through, and the same with the knit 2 together. But apart from that, rows 7 to 12 are the same as I've just shown. I'll meet you again in row 13. So that's rows 1 to 12 complete of the 24 row pattern. the lines have always been converging, and now they're going to diverge for the top half of the butterfly. Row 13 goes as follows: knit 2, so those are the garter stitch edge stitches, then it's knit 5, and then the knit 2 together comprises a yarn over and a stitch, so make sure that you get all the loops that you should do and just knit 2 together. Then it's knit 4, and then there's a yarn over between the knit stitch and the subsequent purl stitch, so the easiest way to do that is just to leave the yarn where it is and purl the next stitch, and then it automatically comes over the needle, forming one of these short yarn overs that I prefer to do. And then the same for the next stitch. I go from a purl stitch to a knit stitch by just taking the yarn over the needles, and that again forms a yarn over that's not too long and doesn't leave too large a hole. The holes, you know, the lace holes that occur there are large enough as they are. And then it's slip 1, knit 1, pass slip stitch over, knit 5, and then I have the 2 garter edge stitches on the end of the row. Row 14. So the decreases have changed direction. I purl 4, and if I turn around I can see on this side I had a slip knit pass slip stitch over, so a left leaning decrease, and that means that I now on the purl side need to do slip 1, slip another 1, and purl 2 together through the back loops. Purl 4, yarn over, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, that's the twisted yarn over, purl 4. And now the opposite of knit 2 together is purl 2 together. Knit 2, so that's 1, 2, 3, knit 2 together, one, 2, 3, 4 knit stitches, yarn over, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, and again yarn over, and here it's left leaning, slip 1, knit 1, pass slip stitch over, and you can see that left leaning line of decreases there. Knit 3, knit 2 garter edge stitches. In the end of the row, knit 2, purl 2. Now if you do forget, you can turn over left leaning, that's slip knit pass slip stitch over, so this must be purl 2 together through the back loops. Purl 4, yarn over, purl 3, purl 3, yarn over, purl 4, purl 2 together, purl 2. If you've made a mistake, the lines will suddenly change direction, and you can go back one row. So the next row, which will already be row 17 if I'm not incorrect, knit 1, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, knit 1, 2, 3, 4. Purl 1, knit 4, yarn over, knit 4, and slip knit, pass slip stitch over, knit 1. This is row 18 now. It starts with a purl 2 together through the back loops, purl 4, yarn forward, purl 5, knit 1, purl 5, yarn forward, purl 4, purl 2 together, and then knit the 2 garter edge stitches. Rows 19 to 24 are an exact copy of rows 13 to 18. So basically they go as follows: row 19, knit 5, knit 2 together. Again, you've got a stitch and a yarn over, so make sure you get all the loops. Knit 4, and then yarn over, purl, yarn over, knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip 1, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over, knit 5. And knit the 2 garter edge stitches. Row 20, purl 4, slip 1, slip the next one, pass to the left hand needle and purl together, purl 4, yarn over, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, yarn over, purl 4, purl 2 together through the back loops, purl 4, and knit the last 2 stitches. Next row, row 21, I think. Knit 3, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, knit 2, knit 2, yarn over, knit 4, slip knit, pass slip over, knit 3. Knit 2, next row, now I've got purl 2, yes, purl 2, slip, slip, purl together, purl 2 together, purl 2, of course it all tends to pull together and it doesn't really come into its own until you block it. Just wet it, pin it out to the required dimensions and let it dry flat, and then you have this lovely design. We have time on YouTube, so I could just continue and show you the rest of the pattern. You can see my line of decreases going very nicely there. So it's knit 2, knit 1, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, knit 5, 4, purl 1, knit 4, yarn over, knit 4, and slip knit, pass slip stitch over. The stitch that you slip is the one that has the line running down from it. Oh, I do declare I purled those 2 stitches, didn't I? Yes, I did. So, garter edge stitches, knit 2, then here comes the decrease, slip 1, pass onto the left hand needle and purl together, knit, purl 4, yarn forward, purl 5, knit 1, purl 5, yarn forward, purl 4, purl 2 together, so there you have the 24 row repeat of the butterfly lace pattern. I hope you really enjoy knitting this as I have, and what's not to love about this? See you again.